Oh, Cynthia, my hairline is receding, my hairline is thinning. I don't know what's going on. I need your help.
Look at your bonnet. Look at your nighttime routine. The thing is, where were you when I lost my hairline to a bonnet in 2021? That bonnet chowed my hairline like it was nothing. And that's when I had to learn the hard way that it's very important to choose the right bonnet. Because if you don't, you will suffer the consequences and you won't know, and then you'll blame products. No, it's the bonnet. It's the bonnet. Sanwana Ninjani, it's Zinhle Africa, and I'm so grateful to have you here. These are the top 2 worst bonnets to buy, to invest in. This video came about because I had an accident. My scarf slipped off and the top of my hairline had friction against a cotton pillowcase. So this is how sensitive the hairline is. And I thought, you know what? Let me just be honest about what happened, but also let you know about all of the mistakes that I've made and all of the lessons that I've learned with regards to bonnets and night care routines. If you're wearing these bonnets, be very careful. Be extremely careful, because obviously, after I have revealed the 2 kinds of the worst bonnets, I will recommend the best kind, okay? The ones that you really need to make sure that you have. And yeah, let's get into it. It's bad, but it's not as bad as the first one. Number 2 are the scrunchy kind of bonnets, right? This is the best way that I can describe them. They usually have elastic around the perimeter of your head. Okay, cool. This is the one that chowed my hairline, by the way. There's something about the tension of that elastic. If it's too tight, red flag, okay? And then also, some bonnets are really cheap and you can see in the way that they have constructed them. Sometimes it is a scrunchy bonnet, but the elastic is exposed. Like you can, when you just do that, you flip it over, you can see the actual elastic. Do you know how terrible that is? When that elastic touches your hair, when that elastic touches your hairline, you're done. It's over for you, because it's the friction and the tension that might just keep, slowly, it just keeps on plucking the hair out until you realize, no man, there's thinning happening. Until you realize, no man, there's a shine to my hairline. Terrible. So it's either the tension of these kind of bonnets or just the friction. And the thing is, some of them, they might not have the exposed elastic, but the whole motion, when you put it on like that and then it grabs onto the hair like that, because of the nature of how it is, it's like it's a scrunchie. When you take it off incorrectly, multiple times, you take it off like this, kind of like a wig. A wig is also something you need to take off properly and gently. Otherwise, it can cause havoc for your hairline. So this thing of just taking it off like that, it goes, that whole elastic thing, that whole scrunchy action has went with your hair. Imagine that. Imagine. If you have this kind of bonnet, the best way to wear it is for that elastic to be here, kind of like a lace front. It must be here. Okay, it cannot touch your hairline. The minute it touches your hairline, you are in a danger zone. Don't do that. First one and the worst one for me. Let me breathe. You know those bonnets where it's satin or silk at the back, but when it comes to the actual hairline, it's a different material. Most of the time, it's not satin or silk. It's some weird material that I don't even know. It bothers me so much because we have done well protecting our hair, but then we're not protecting our hairline with that bonnet. Like, it's irritating and it's frustrating because that is the most popular one and that is one of the cheapest ones. I remember in Joburg CBD, I saw that they were selling quite a lot and it was like 20 Rand for each, which is, it's a great price, but do you know how many people are losing their hairlines over that? Like, no, guys. And I understand they're cutting costs because they've already spent whatever amount on the satin or silk, and now they have a cheaper fabric for the hairline. But like, no, that's not the way that it should go, honestly. It's really bad for your hairline because when that material touches your hairline, it's not going to give you the benefits of a satin or silk. And the best way to wear it is just like the scrunchy bonnet where it should be actually here. These kind of bonnets are great when you've got like an install where you know that it's just your wig, so it's not going to touch your actual hairline. But if it's just like your hairline is exposed to that kind of bonnet, so the best way to wear it is to just keep it here. It shouldn't get to your hairline. But the problem with this one is that most of the time it's touching your hairline. And then you wonder like, what's happening with my hairline? It's looking a little bit thin. It's looking a little bit dry because it also dries it out. Anything that isn't really soft like your satin or your silk, it's going to dry your hairline out. You know what I mean? So, Now, when we are getting into the creme de la creme, when we are getting into the luxurious side of bonnets, when we are getting into the way that it's supposed to be done, okay, let me tell you something. A bonnet shouldn't stress you out. You can choose between a headscarf and a bonnet situation, right? Personally, I love my headscarves. That's just what I prefer, and I wear my headscarves under my head wraps. I wear my headscarves, to bed. Sometimes I layer them just to keep them in place, but that's what I prefer because there's just a lot going on with bonnets, but there are definitely so many options when it comes to just having the right bonnet that's not going to stress you out, that's actually going to protect your hair and your hairline. There are bonnets that are double-sided or reversible. Those are really nice, especially when you can tie them and they aren't scrunchy or anything like that, And then there are all different kinds of designs, but as long as it's fully satin or silk on your hairline, you're good to go. And everything is protected at the back, you're good to go. You can tell there's a clear difference between cheap and luxurious, A poor experience versus soft life, darling. Soft life, maximum protection. Do you understand what I mean? I will always recommend a satin or silk pillowcase because these bonnets and these headscarves, sometimes they just slip off, and then you don't want to now have your hairline touching a cotton pillowcase because then it's going to just add friction and pull out some of your hair, and it's also going to dry out your hair. And once your hair is dry, anything can happen after that. It can break off. We have to be really careful. So the best thing to do is to invest in a higher quality bonnet or headscarf that is silk or satin, and then also make sure that you have a satin pillowcase, which is actually even better for your skin as well. So yeah, I'm so happy I did this video because I've been wanting to do this video. So please make sure that you comment down below. Have you learned something? Have you noticed anything? What kind of bonnet do you have? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Other than that, love, light, and blessings to you. Bye.